Alright, well, I just ran aground. Oh, we're moving again. Well, it's towing very poorly. It keeps getting sucked into the motor. I spent the last week collecting garbage and camping on the Sacramento River between Redding and Red Bluff. You can check out that adventure in the video cards. I'm currently out of beer and I'm in desperate need for provisions too. We're going to stop at Red Bluff for food and gas. There's I-5. I just made it into Red Bluff. It looks like the middle span is beneath it. Left span is deeper. I'm still going to take notes. There's somebody up under the bridge tweaking out real hard. I'm gonna go further downstream. Hopefully I can find somewhere I can anchor or tie to. I'm only about 100 feet downstream, but I feel a lot more, I feel less exposed over here. Up there is a gas station. I'm gonna start by refilling my gas and getting a bunch of junk food. And let's see what happens for the rest of the day. It might be hard to believe, but I only burnt 2 gallons between here and Redding. Damn, those prices are high. Having loaded up on gas and junk food, let's go explore Red Bluff. Red Bluff's history dates back to the very beginning of the California Gold Rush. It was historically the head of navigation on the Sacramento River. The river above Red Bluff was treacherous and not for the faint-hearted. While the occasional riverboat may have pushed all the way to Redding during floods, there was regular service here in Red Bluff all year. As the county seat and sitting at a set of crossroads, Red Bluff remained important after the twilight years of the riverboats. There are many old buildings here. According to local legend, many of them were linked by Prohibition-era liquor tunnels.
I like the bumblebee the most. It's so furry.
There was even a secret tunnel connecting the network to the river. I had fun checking out all the murals in Chinatown Alley.
It's another fuzzy bee! Look how fuzzy it is!
I kicked it at the Red Bluff Roundup the rest of the day. The cold beer and air conditioning were sublime. I stayed there till late at night. When I returned to the boat, I learned I had tied my boat up on a tweaker super highway. Folks were doing tweaker things all night long down by the river.
Alright, it is 5:10 and the sunrise is scheduled for 5:40. I didn't get any sleep last night, and I'm pretty sure meth turned people into zombies. There's so many freaking tweakers. I'm rolling down the river at first light today. Just when the sun comes up, I'm out of here.
Bye-bye. I hope to never meet any of you again. There's I-5 again. The I-5 loops through this town. So it crosses the river twice here. Next time I stay somewhere urban, I'm going to anchor out for security. Up ahead is the Red Bluff Diversion Dam. It's decommissioned. All the gates are permanently raised. On the other side of the dam, there's a weir, and it shoots off to the left, but there's also a bunch of snags on the other side of the dam. So as we go through, we'll have to watch to dodge the snags and make sure we get over river left. I'm going to go through 4th and come back in. Now this is where the snags are. I'm going to put you down. I'll pick you up in a minute. That's the end of that weir. What a view. I got to focus. It's clear now we're no longer in the mountains. The river here is wide, shallow, and full of snags. It requires constant vigilance. Up there's the first boat I've seen all day. I bet it's going to be the sheriff again. No, it's not the sheriff, it's fisherman. Check out how shallow it is. The repair on the transfer seems to be holding pretty good. I bought some brackets and stuff, and that's why I'm going to fix the fuse once in a work. But everything's working great. We're making good time. We're doing about 4 or 5 miles an hour overground. 4 or 5 miles an hour overground. So that's the current and the motor together. We're not using much fuel. It looks like I might be able to make it to Colusa today. Kind of spooky looking. To get more speed out of the tow, I've moved the barge from the hip to pushing ahead. My setup around here is I come from the handle in the middle. The ratchet strap comes around a bit up to these D-rings. It does the same on the other side. And I don't have another ratchet strap to do the cross bracing, so I have tied lines across to keep it from shifting this way. See how it works. I'm gonna have to move some stuff around to inside to ballast the bow down more. But I think it should work pretty good. That's a great looking camp over there. Good time. Alright, this arrangement is significantly faster. So it takes a little bit longer to swing around. I don't think we're going to be going through any more gnarly rapids. I'm not worried about how quickly I can swing the boat around. Oh fuck, this is gonna be rough. Stuff happening down there. Got some snags. Super shallow in the middle. I like it. Going right to shallow too. There's a little island going right to shallow. I see some clear water down the middle of this. But once we punch down to the middle, I'm going to have to hook to the right and stay out of that strainer. Alright. Get to the right. More. Come on, little pigeon. And we just punch through it. Well away from the strainer now. They're going okay.
This part of the river has a lot of hazards. The hazards are not as dramatic as the part of the river north of Red Bluff though. But there is a very real chance I could hit one of these snags and sink my boat or barge.
We're doing great on fuel right now. Haven't even used 2 gallons. Oh yeah, it is. It's an old swing bridge foundation that they built a new bridge on top. Can't imagine they see a lot of towboats through here.
Imagine that bridge being cranked open to let one of these old highfalutin machines through. The stack on my tug isn't nearly as tall, nor does it have any falutes. Woodson Bridge's deli was well worth stopping at.
That actually looks like a solid burger. Hot damn. Woodbridge doesn't disappoint.
That was such a good meal, I even had leftovers.
My engine has started to occasionally knock. It'll be running great, pop, great, pop. I think that's because it's starting to warm up out here, and that's causing the pre-detonation. I wish I had gotten high octane fuel and maybe added like an octane booster on top of that, but I don't have any of that available to me at the moment. So I'm running the engine slower with the hope that it's going to run cooler. And we just have to accept that we can run a little bit harder in the morning when it's cool out, but in the afternoon when it starts to heat up, you're going to have to slow down a bit until we get high octane fuel. Alright, well, I just ran aground. Oh, we're moving again. I don't like this. It's beating the devil out of my boat. I'm gonna go try walking the boat forward. We will beach up there and inspect for damage. So I just pulled over here after running aground in that set of rapids. I looked down the side of the boat, felt around. It feels like all the contact happened on those wood runners I put on the bottom of the boat there. The barge definitely hit the hull, but it is dry. So that's an awesome pump house. Look at that thing. Holy cow. Built to survive the flood. Oh, I love the crane. I think it's got a crane, it's got hatches in the roof. Oh, that's so cool. Well thought out design.
These kayakers were participating in a 100-mile race.
I think this guy's in first place. Or at least he's the first one I've seen. Oh, he's cooking. Look at him go. There's second place. Alright, I'm tied up to a couple of bushes, and this is going to be my camp for the night. I squeezed the day for basically about all of the sun. We only have an hour before the sun sets, but the shadows are too long, and I wasn't able to see deadheads in the river, so I got off due to safety. I've been wearing gloves today to protect my hands from sunburn. They already got a little bit sunburned, and I put sunscreen on, put the gloves on top to hopefully prevent myself from getting toasted. I'm super tired from driving all day, so dinner's very uninspired. It's the leftover chips from lunch, some trail mix, and some beef jerky, and a glass of water. I'm afraid today's breakfast will be a little uninspired. We're just going with a pudding cup and a banana. Man, that is a great view. It's a good spot to have breakfast, isn't it? Just like yesterday, I'm gonna hit the road at about 5:40 once we have enough light to navigate. And we'll see how far we can get. If you can believe it, I burnt less than 2 gallons of gas running yesterday. I ran that motor all day and under 2 gallons of fuel burn. I was inspecting the load this morning, and this strap is loose. That means that tractor tire is moving down relative to the gunnel. I think that the bottom of the barge is starting to cup. Game plan today is going to be the same as yesterday. We're going to cruise at about half throttle and take it easy. We'll be watching for overheating of the engine. I'm not expecting any troubles. I think we've figured stuff out. I'm going to run a little bit harder this morning while it's cold. We have the chance to, but at the heat of the day, we're going to have to slow down. Sun's up now. It's just peeking over the horizon. I got underway just a little bit before it rose. It's a little nippy out this morning. Not cold, but where I'd like to be wearing a sweatshirt. But I know that once I climb inside, I get that sweatshirt on. 30 minutes later, it's going to be too hot. I'm going to eat lunch on the move here today. We got a handful of meat sticks and some trail mix. I'll just chow down on this while we keep on pushing. This long straight section is really developing some wind-whipped waves. I am not a fan of this. I was hoping to stop in Princeton, but we'll see. I don't think that we're going to up there are warehouses. During the time that tug and barge would have come up here, they would have had a pier, that would have been part of the Princeton Ferry. That's the ferry right there. I want to see if I can get into town and have a look at it. It must have been a cable ferry.
This is what the ferry looked like back in the day.
It's about 3 o'clock right now, and I've been battling the wind. I can't say it's a headwind because the river zigs and zags so much. Sometimes it's with you, sometimes it's against you, sometimes it's pushing you into the snags like it is this one. Yeah, it's been a struggle. I thought about just getting off the river, but I really need to make more miles. So I'm torn. I'm torn because it's a safety issue, right? I don't have enough power. I don't think the barge can handle the pounding. So I'm left trying to find smooth water, trying to work the shorelines so I'm working in smooth water and stop being beaten by the wind. But it's tough. Look at all those birds. They're enjoying the wind, but I'm not. The birds like it, I don't. I am so glad to have the trees back. They're acting as windbreaks. Oh, it's wonderful. Nothing's happening. I see what's going on with the motor now. It's overheating, and it was starting to seize. The sump should never be that hot. I think once it cools down, it ought to be okay. It's a beautiful morning out here. For breakfast, I'm just going to crack open a can of pears, and I'll get underway in a little bit. We're about an hour away from Colusa. Yesterday, I overheated the engine very badly, and there are brassy bits in the oil. It doesn't look good. I haven't tried starting it yet. It's not cold out this morning, so I'm gonna leave the choke on run. No, should I? We will. We'll put it on half choke. Half choke. What do you think? Will it start up? Holy cow! What a freaking champ! A lot of these agricultural pumps were built in the 30s, though they might have modern power on them now. After spending 10 days on the river, I was excited to see Colusa. We still had to transfer all the garbage to the rental truck and take it to the dump.
We ended up pulling a tremendous amount of garbage out of the river. This was the first time I've ever seen anyone do real work with a miniature tug. I hope this video inspires you to go out and clean up your rivers. You could use a kayak or a paddleboard. Just makes for a fun mission. Subscribe if you've enjoyed this. I have more boat adventures planned and I'd hate for you to miss them.